plant community, are you ready for the PEMA championships? Because I am. Hello plant community, if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Pam, and for all of you that's been constantly watching my videos, thank you again for tuning in. And this is actually session 2 of a 3-part sessions of the PEMA championships. That's right, you guys, it's plants everyone is mad about. And so what we did for this championship is my family participated, and each member of my family and my household picked 4 plants that they felt that they were mad about. And in the first session, it was actually my first 4 picks that went against my daughter's first 4 picks. And between the first 4 picks, we actually came to one plant that made it into the final round. In this session, you guys, what I'm going to do is share with you my husband's first 4 picks, which are going to be versus my son's first 4 picks. And then we're going to talk about it and make a vote as a household as far as which plant will make it into the final round to actually win the championship in the 3rd session. So let's just get right into it, you guys. So let's talk about my husband's first 4 picks. His first 4 was the Sansevieria Japonica, the Pachira Aquatica, aka money tree. We have the Sansevieria Fernwood, and then the old man cactus. Let's get right into the Sansevieria Fernwood. It's a very conversational piece. The spikes are just beautiful with the contrast of that dark green and the little hint of that white that's coming along in each stem. It takes pretty much any type of lighting conditions. It will grow more vigorously the more light that you give it, but as long as you're giving it light, you can pretty much sit it and forget it and probably just water it once a month in the non-growing season and possibly maybe once every 2 weeks in the growing season. It's a very beautiful piece. It's a sculpture of art. Then you take a look at versus the old man cactus. Now who can deny this plant is just adorable to say the least. With even though it is spiky, but it's kind of covered or camouflaged with that white, gray, powdery like hair texture. And that could be the reason why maybe my husband picked that plant, because he has a little bit of gray in his beard as well. But it's very beautiful. It does like bright direct light or bright indirect light. And once again, this is kind of a sit and forget it. It's a very drought tolerant plant. You just give it water. Maybe I say once a month, but it's a very slow grower, but it's still beautiful nonetheless. Now, between the 2 guys, which plant would you select? The plant that we selected in my household was the Sansevieria Fernwood. Yes, so everybody give a round of applause for that one meeting the semi-final round. Now, we're going to go to the Sansevieria Japonica versus the Aquatica, the Pachira Aquatica, aka money tree. Now, the money tree is a very easy giving, carefree plant. It's not fussy like a palm tree, but yet, like a palm tree, it can give you that tropical feel, that vibe that we all as plant parents have been thriving to get into our homes. And you can't deny the oval shape or the pointiness of the leaves and the leaf structure, as well as the woody stem that give you that palm tree feel. It loves taking bright and direct light. It's sitting under my Sansevieria light in my home, and I'm pretty much putting it up and forgetting about it and watering it literally once a month, and it's still rewarding me with beautiful growth. Then you have that versus the Sansevieria Japonica. Now the leaves, it speaks to you. It's very communicative when it needs water. It will slightly droop, but you want to maintain the moderate level of moisture with this particular plant. It does not like to dry out, but it does love it sitting under my Sansevieria light as well. The shape of the leaves is beautiful. It kind of reminds me of that maple tree. And who can deny the variegations? And it's very subtle variegations within its leaves. It's very stunning and beautiful plant, and I love it as well. Now, between the 2, you guys, which one did my household pick? Yes, believe it or not, we picked that Sansevieria Japonica. Who can deny it? Very beautiful plant. So now we have the Sansevieria Japonica versus the Sansevieria Fernwood. Let's take a look at them both together, and you guys can make a decision as far as which one you would feel earned that plant that you're mad about. So once again, the Fascia Japonica, who can deny it? We have the leaf shape, we have the beautiful growth, we have the variegation, we have the easy care that it does provide as long as you maintain the water moisture. Versus that Sansevieria Fernwood, once again, that is also a beautiful plant, very stunning. It is a work of art. It can actually be a conversation piece for your home. It can be sitting anywhere in your home and you just sit it and forget it as long as you're giving it some form of light, and remember to water it once a month. So which one would you guys pick? The one that we picked as a household, you guys, was the Fascia Japonica. So give it up to that plant for making it into the semifinal round. Now we're going to just jump into my son's pick. His four picks happen to be the Peperomia Hope, believe it or not, the Pachira Aquatica, aka money tree. Then we have a Calathea species versus the Scindapsus argyrius. So let's just go right into the Peperomia Hope. As you can see, you guys, that Peperomia is just trailing so long with the lush leaves, so plump and juicy. And I love the thickness of the stem. It's so long and it loves bright and direct light. You can water it practically maybe once every month, or depending on the energy source that it's using, maybe once every 2 weeks. But it will let you know when it does need water. The leaves will slightly shrivel up, and once you water it back up, the leaves will once again become plump and juicy. It really is a beauty. It has been a vigorous grower in my collection. It has not stopped growing since I've got it, and I've had it for slightly over a year, and it's been rewarding me with such a long trail. Then you have that versus the money tree. We already recapped on that. Deny that. It just gives you that vibe of you being on a tropical vacation, and the leaves are just so beautiful and stunning, along with that long stems or oak of the stalk is so beautiful. The care is so easy. Just sit it and forget it, and it can take variations of light. So both of those plants are very beautiful. I love them for being part of my collection. Now, the one that we picked as a family between the two, yes, it was the Peperomia Hope. Yes. Now we're going to talk about this Calathea species versus the Scindapsus argyrius. Now, this Calathea, believe it or not, Calatheas are not one of the easiest care plants, but out of my experience in my collection, this particular Calathea tends to be one of the most easy cares. It's communicative as far as letting you know when it needs water. You have to maintain the moisture. It doesn't like to dry out. The leaves are so beautiful. Just look at that, you guys. The tone of the color of the green, the variegation of the green, the darkness of the greens turning outward with the light tinge of it. And the beauty of it that really attracts me, you guys, is the feel. You just touch that plant and it just feels so soft and fuzzy. It's a very beautiful plant. It's been growing well under my conditions, and it's been receiving just light, damp light, because it sits on the floor of my sunroom, and it's just getting very minimum humidity, which is 40% in here, and it really hasn't done too much crispiness. It's slight crispiness because of my water, but it really hasn't been crisping up at all. It's very beautiful and rewarding plant. Now we're moving along to this Scindapsus argyrius, where you can deny the color of this plant, you guys. I just love that matte green, and then the beauty of the splash of that silver. And the feel of the leaves is very leathery and soft and fuzzy all at the same time. And this plant is also a very vigorous grower. It can handle all types of different lighting conditions, and you want to let this plant completely dry out. And it's also very communicative with you when it does dry out, because the leaves itself will curl up. But just take a look at it again, you guys. It's a very beautiful plant, stunning, and I'm glad to have it as part of my collection. So which plant did we pick between the two, you guys? Yes, it was actually the Calathea species, believe it or not. So give it up, you guys, a round of applause for that Calathea plant. So now, you guys, we have the Calathea versus the Peperomia Hope. We're going to do a recap real quick. Of course, the Peperomia is just trailing, and who can deny the trails with this beauty, with this bright and direct light that it's getting, and it's receiving just water, if not once a month, once every 2 weeks. And then you have this beautiful Calathea species with the soft, very fuzzy, velvety leaves, different hues of green. It's just a very beautiful, sought-after plant that's constantly rewarding us with growth. So which one would you guys pick? Well, the one that we picked in my household was, yes, you're right, if you guessed it, it was the Peperomia Hope. So let's give a round of applause for that Peperomia Hope. So now we have the Peperomia Hope versus the Fatsia Japonica. Quick recap. Who can deny that Fatsia with that subtle variegations in the leaves, the shape of the leaf, the structure of the plant, the easy care that it has, the communicative way that it lets you know when it needs water, versus that Peperomia Hope that's been vigorously growing under my care. Sit it and forget it. It loves the bright light. It's just hanging there. Have beautiful long trails, the beautiful thickness, succulent leaves along with the thick stems. Very beautiful. Which one between the two would you guys pick to enter the finals for the PEMA Championship? The one that the family picked for the 2022 to enter the finalists would be the Peperomia Hope. So yes, you guys, the Peperomia Hope. So the Peperomia has entered the finals, you guys, and I'm just so excited. So now, you guys, as far as the next session is going to be who's going to actually win the PEMA Championship. It's going to be now the Peperomia Hope versus the Micans, you guys. So please stay tuned for the final episode, because we're actually going to have an opportunity where we're going to give my Instagram community the opportunity to actually vote to see which of the two, between the Peperomia Hope and the Philodendron Micans, which one of them will win the plants that everyone is mad about for the 2022 PEMA Championship. Now, please, if you guys want to vote, I will be putting up or making an announcement on my post. If you follow me on Instagram, you will be more than likely to vote, and then I will be able to air the actual winner on my next last and final episode of this series. So I had a lot of fun, you guys, once again with this particular series, and shout out to my family, to my husband especially, for even participating in it. They're not that enthused for the plants like I am, but I do appreciate their help as I try to navigate through this series. So thanks again for coming along, you guys. Once again, you guys, if you love foliage as much as I do, and you love listening to planting things and even having fun as we go along this planting journey, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, comment and share. I appreciate any support you guys can give me. Enjoy your day, you guys, wherever you are in the world, and until next time, much love. Bye.